Ginger. Welcome to my little corner where there is no wrong way to play with paper. Today's video is all about the color orange because we're doing a scraps to embellishment video where I take my scraps of paper and create something with them to swap with my friends. So if you want to see that, definitely stick around. I have friends that do this as well, and so you can click that playlist in the description and see what other people are doing with their scraps to make some orange goodies this week. Let's just turn this camera around and get started, and we'll chitty chat on how to do it. But just remember, in every video, everything is in the description, and you can always comment. I'll help you. I will. I answer every single comment. So let's have some fun. All right, so let's get started. My orange embellishments, I decided to do a little fox, a little native Indian fox. Super, super cute. And of course, they're all different. I made quite a few. I used my scraps, right? You see there's some dark blue in this one. I made a total of 8. Well, actually I made 16 because I want to be on 2 teams, crossing my fingers. But let's just start putting one together. This is a Cricut file that I got. I don't even remember whether it was Marjorie Designs or if it was Cadoodlebug or whatever it was. I just had it. I've had it for a while. So first and foremost, I'm going to put the tail together, okay? I'm just gonna get some glue. I'm gonna take my bling off my glue. It's about time to change it to fall. I have a little fall bling. I need to decorate. I'm just trying to decide what paper I want to put on my glue bottle because I think I want to decorate it. I saw somebody do that on TikTok and it looked really cute. Yeah, I was influenced. I was TikTok influenced. All right, so there's my tail. We'll set that aside. Then I need to make the head. So I'm going to set this here too. I am loving this canvas I got from the Dollar Tree to create on because then, you know, it takes a lot more paint and stuff than just a regular piece of scrap paper. And it was only $1.25. Paper? Did I say paper? Paper. Paper. I think I can. I think I can. All right, so now I'm going to put his little nose and put his little eyes on. Just like so. Trying to use tools upside down. Oh my goodness, now it's falling. Now we gotta try to flip it over. This is going awry really quick. Come on, there we go, ding ding. Okay, like how I always have bells when something finally goes right. Finally goes my way. Spoke too soon. Okay, so then once we have the little eyes on, I'm gonna set this aside. I'm gonna let that dry. Now, normally when I do a Cricut cut file, I don't use this backing. But in order to get these arrows, I had to. I don't have a choice. So I'm going to put that together next. That needs to go on the under. There is a wrong and a right way to put cut files and die sets together. And usually my rule of thumb is I cut one out and I will put it together. And then I usually will learn a better way of doing it from there because, you know, they all go together a little bit different. Sometimes you need to put the ears on before you put the head on. Sometimes you need to put the ears on the head. So to make it look right, just kind of have to play with it. Honestly, that's, you know, what you want to do. Next, I'm going to put these arrows on just like so. So I have the stripe one, orange and green. So I'm just going to go in that order. I'm going to throw it around some more because apparently that's the theme of the day. And then I'm just going to line it up so that that white backing shows as little as possible. I'm not in denial. I don't know. I don't like using it because I don't like to have to sit there and fussy cut. But you can sit there and fussy cut if you need to around it once you get it done. But I just kind of push it and eyeball it. It's a little bit hard on this, but I'll hold it on my hand. See, so I can see that this orange one, it needs to be moved, and I try to do it before that glue dries, and it does dry quick. I mean, it doesn't waste any time. Next, we're going to put on the tail that we put together, and I probably use way too much glue, but you know, my stuff will never come apart. So that's a good thing, right? And again, I just line it up just like so. Okay. Then I'm going to put on its body. Sound effects free. All right, so there's that. Then we need to put its tummy on there. It goes together pretty quick once you do a couple. I can just sit here and assembly line them. I put all the arrows on, then all the tails on, then all the, you know, that's how I do it. You can do it whatever works best for you. There's not a wrong way. You know, I get a lot of questions. Do all 8, if you participate in the swap, do all 8 have to be the same? Nope, they don't. You can make 8 different things as long as they're all orange. Totally okay. All right, now I do need to, you notice I've inked all these parts. What I have not inked is the ears. So hopefully there's enough residue on my little dauber here. I will ink those really quick. But I try to, I mean, I do try to show that I'm inking in my videos, but a lot of times, like this one, I will ink ahead of time so you guys don't have to sit here and watch me. You know, these videos, sometimes I get a little long-winded. I'm not in denial. And sometimes they get a little long and people get bored. And I want people to stick around. So that's why sometimes you don't see me inking all of the different little parts. Okay, use your tools so you can see where you're placing things. Now, this one, if you look, it's not on here, but that's where the feathers go. Took me, see, that's why I put that first one together, because I was like, you can't go in 2 places. Yeah, I'm a little slow sometimes, but I figured it out. Okay, so then this one here, we're going to put the blue feather, teal, whatever color we want to call this. Just like so. Okay. Now we need to put the head on because the other feather, it looks better on top. It gives it dimension. So, again, I learned that after I put the first one together. I didn't do that the first time. But we live and learn, right? It's still really cute. I just think it looks better. Okay. Now we're going to put this feather on like so. And we're going to put the little inside of the ear on. And you can put the inside of the ear on before you put the head on. Honestly, it didn't make that much of a difference. Okay, so now I need to turn this so it covers up that white. If you need to pick it up because you're working on a white background, do that. Not a problem. There, we got it. Just like that. And in here, you see all the insides of my ears. Now, you'll see that I have a lot of extra ears. It's because it's supposed to be on this ear too, but why would I do that? You can't even see that. So I didn't, personally. Okay, and I do like putting the center in after so that it lines up and the most of the white can be shown. Again, another thing I learned after. And we have to give it some little details, some little ears or eyes. These are the eyes. I don't know what they are. They're a part of the fox. I don't know. And just like that, we have most of it done. We have to take and put its headband on. And this next part here, for me, is what brought this whole little fox to life. And it's such a simple little detail. Obviously, it wasn't in the cut file. But it has, technically, I was supposed to cut 2 headbands. And one was supposed to be a backing. The problem is these tiny little holes that this cut, I mean, if you made this bigger, I did this one like a 2.5 by 3.5. Then, okay, maybe that would have worked, but you're not even going to see that backing. So I got to thinking, and I was like, I could use my little 3mm beads again. So that's what I'm going to do. We're just going to pull a few of these out, and I kind of like a mixture like that. And then everywhere you can see, there's some tiny little holes right there. And so I just put a dot of glue on every single one. 2, I think there's 8 if I remember right. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We all know if it was me, I would have put 7, but I didn't make the cut file. Okay, so then if you're gonna not use all the same, kind of variate them, whoops, of which ones. And I just think these little beads bring this little guy to life, girl, guy, whatever. Very cute, indeed. Just like that, I have a completed, oh, of course I'm gonna need one more. It's the way it always works, right? Is there any stuck on the top? Oh, no. Never works out that easy. There we go. One more, just like that. Ta-da! And then I just take my tweezers and try to make them somewhat straight. They don't have to be perfect. It's handmade, right? And we're all done. Look how cute he turned out. Oh, I got a little bead in my hand that wants to stay there apparently. He turned out so, so cute. Now, I hope it inspires you to use your scraps and to have fun, and don't throw those scraps away. All these little different arrows, I used up so many little ones and the little tiny feathers. It is a great way to use what you have. So don't forget to put your name on your back. If you are a swapper, you could be just making it for you and your friend, and that's okay too. But if you're swapping, especially if I get it, I like to give you credit if you've made it. So I'll do that. Now, you'll notice this one's in a little baggie. So for whoever is swapping with me, I will take a little baggie. I get these on Temu or wherever, and I just place this inside, maybe, if I can get a hold of it. Place it inside here, just like so, okay? And then all of the little pieces that need to go, all these little extra arrow pieces, go right inside of there. I knew there was one more. And then I peel off the back. These are so cheap. You can get them on Amazon. You can get them in little Dollar Tree treat bags. That works too. Whatever you want to get. I know the tariffs are making, if you're in the US, are making some shopping in through Temu a little more expensive. But even then, I have to tell you, I've been comparing, and you're going to see a Temu haul if it doesn't already air by then. Depends on when it gets here. We're going to talk about that and if it's still worth shopping on Temu. All right. I hope you will join us. I hope you have a beautifully blessed day, and I will talk to you soon. Bye.